Euro 2020 round of 16 players, ranked. Team glory is the ultimate aim at Euro 2020, but major tournaments also provide a platform for individuals to display their talents. That has certainly been the case up to this stage, with stars old and new sparkling for their national teams. Using Opta's Player Index, which calculates ratings based on data collected from every game, Stats Perform's Power Rankings can reveal the top 20 performers so far. Those who were eliminated in the group stage and so did not feature in the last 16 have been discounted, however, meaning Robert Lewandowski, top after matchday 3, is no longer in contention and a different name leads the way. After being given an almighty scare by Denmark, Belgium brought Vermaelen into their backline as they reshuffled against Finland. Although his defensive contributions were relatively limited, 1 tackle, 2 clearances, 2 blocks, the veteran centre-back did enough to keep his place. Portugal unsurprisingly provided more of a test, but Vermaelen stood tall. 3 tackles, 5 clearances, 2 interceptions and 2 blocks earned another clean sheet and a place in this list. Vermaelen's excellence helped ensure the tournament is over for Sanchez, yet Portugal might have avoided such a tough draw had the midfielder been handed his opportunity sooner. An energetic presence in the center of the pitch, Sanchez played only 220 minutes, but ranked 3rd among Portugal players for duels won, 19, and 4th for recoveries, 21. Marauding wing-back Spinazzola has been hugely influential in attack for Italy, having their 4th most touches in the opposition box, 13, so it is slightly surprising he was without an assist in the tournament heading into extra time against Austria. His breakthrough came in good time, though, picking out Federico Chiesa for a fine strike that set the Azzurri on their way to clearing a first major hurdle. Benzema was expected to bring even more quality to a world-class France forward line, and he did exactly that. His brace against Switzerland, including a staggering piece of skill before the first, made him the 2nd France player to score 2 or more in consecutive Euros matches. Michel Platini in 1984, hat-tricks v Belgium and Yugoslavia. Unfortunately, the defense could not hold up their end of the bargain, and the Real Madrid striker was watching from the bench by the time his teammates lost on penalties. Only Jordan Pickford, who is yet to concede, has a higher save percentage than Courtois, 91.9. who has prevented 1.7 goals according to expected goals on target data. 4 of his 10 saves so far came against Portugal, earning him his spot in the top 20, and Courtois will likely have to be at his best again against Italy. Defensive colleague Matthijs de Ligt's moment of madness took the last 16 tie against the Czech Republic away from the Netherlands, but Blind did all he could to keep the Orange on track. As well as attempting 64 and completing 49. The most passes of any player on the pitch, attempting a team-high 34 in the opposition half and creating a chance. Blind had 4 tackles, although it was all in vain. Subsequent strikes have not been nearly as spectacular as the effort against Scotland that should scoop the goal of the tournament prize, but Schick's goals continues to fire the Czech Republic. His 4 in 4 games mean only Milan Barros, 5, all at Euro 2004, has netted more often at major tournaments for the Czechs. Højbjerg impressed at Tottenham last season as a combative presence, making more tackles, 98, than any other Spurs player in the Premier League. The midfielder's role in an exciting Denmark side is very different, but no less effective. While he has made just 1 tackle, Højbjerg has created 9 chances and laid on 3 assists. Sarabia was a substitute in Spain's first 2 matches, draws against Sweden and Poland, but was then installed in the lineup for their subsequent games and has helped turn around their tournament. As La Roja scored 5 in wins against both Slovakia and Croatia. Sarabia netted with 2 of his 7 shots and created 2 chances, 1 of which led to an assist. Opta's index ranked Seferovic 413th among all players at the tournament following matchday 2, with the forward having netted only once in his prior 13 major tournament appearances. His and Switzerland's fortunes have changed dramatically since then. Seferovic hit the opener against Turkey as his team reached the knockout stage, before 2 goals against France kept them alive ahead of a dramatic shootout win. Christensen could not repeat his sensational strike from the Russia game as Denmark dominated again against Wales, but he still played his part. The Chelsea defender had a tackle, 2 clearances and 2 interceptions in the last 16, and ranks in the top 2 in all 3 categories for Denmark players at this tournament. There will be added focus on Lukaku after injuries for Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard, but the Inter forward has looked capable of shouldering that burden so far at Euro 2020. It feels like there is more to come from Lukaku too. The striker did not add to his 3 goals against Portugal, missing the target with his only 2 shots, although he did contest 10 duels, winning all 3 of those that took place in the air, to hold the ball up bravely. There was debate whether Verratti should have been starting against Austria at the expense of group stage star Manuel Locatelli, and the decision to bring the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder into the XI was reversed with a 67th-minute substitution. But Verratti's impact on this tournament has been impressive all the same. He has created 9 chances, completed 170 passes and made 7 tackles. No other player has done all 3, and Verratti has needed just 157 minutes. The decision to drop Alba, one of Spain's top performers, for the Croatia game was slightly surprising. An epic encounter still saw the left-back called from the bench, though, and he had time to contribute a tackle and 2 clearances while creating a chance. No Spain player has provided more key passes than Alba's 7. Forsberg certainly did not deserve to end up on the losing team as Sweden were defeated by Ukraine. Alexander Isak was the player exciting the neutrals in the early stages of the tournament, but Forsberg delivered more substance. Only one Sweden player, Kenneth Andersson, 5, at the 1994 World Cup, has outperformed his 4 goals at a single major tournament, while Forsberg could have added to that tally further. He joined Robert Lewandowski versus Sweden in hitting the woodwork twice in the same game against Ukraine. Playing second fiddle to Yusuf Poulsen until a muscle injury ahead of the Wales clash, Dolberg had been limited to just 30 prior minutes at the tournament. He made up for lost time in the last 16, though, scoring the first 2 goals in a thumping 4-0 win. Only Henrik Larsson, against the Netherlands at Euro 1992, had previously netted a double for Denmark in a tournament knockout game. Italy have used 25 of the 26 members of their squad at this tournament, but Jorginho has still started all 4 matches so far. Only first-choice goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, 389, has played more minutes, 375. The Chelsea man has a hand in both keeping the Azzurri ticking over and stopping the opposition. Against Austria, he led the team in passes, 112, successful passes, 103, passes in the opposition half, 72, and, along with Francesco Acerbi, interceptions, 4. Facial fractures delayed De Bruyne's start to the campaign, and an ankle injury will now provide a worry ahead of the quarter-final against Italy. In between those 2 issues, the Manchester City midfielder lit up the tournament in typical fashion. De Bruyne created just a 1 chance against Portugal before bowing out, but 10 in total, or 1 every 18 minutes, remarkably, have him tied at the top of the tournament standings in that category. It really is a shame Pogba's tournament has ended. The multi-talented midfielder was playing some of the best football of his career, epitomized by an outrageous goal against Switzerland, his 3rd consecutive international strike from outside the area. An all-action last 16 display saw Pogba create 4 chances while also recovering possession a team-high 12 times. No other player in the tournament has so far combined those 2 statistics in the same match. Denmark have not been short of standout performers at this tournament, but Mel is certainly among them, and he now tops the Opta index. After his latest strike, no defender at the tournament has scored more goals, 2, tied with Denzel Dumfries, taken more shots, 9, or completed more dribbles, 11. Classing Mel as a defender might be cheating slightly, but the informed Danes are excelling at both ends of the pitch regardless.